Hello again. It's me, Majunda. It's been a little bit, a few weeks, I think, but back at it again. And today I have a special guest. Would you please introduce yourself?
What's going on, fellow people? I'm TigerPlayz, and I make Jurassic World Alive videos.
Very good ones, I would say at that. This is, in fact, our second time recording this. But the first time, I was a dumbass and didn't hit record, and that was a week ago. So, finally getting back onto it. And thing is, we've got plenty to talk about. So, I guess, where do we want to start because I guess we could start with the latest creature release and what it means for the meta.
Yeah, sure.
Aliorasuchus, I believe. The Aliorasuchus and Pyrosuchus hybrid.
Ooh. I'm excited I'm excited to use it, for sure. It's definitely a creature that I think will dominate the unique ladder. It's got abilities that you only see on like joke creatures. I mean, having a 100% rending ability is just absolutely nuts. And it was only something we ever saw on the goat boss, but now it's on a playable creature. So that's probably the closest thing we'll ever get to a playable goat boss, in my opinion.
This also, yeah, this is notable to me because this is probably the first time in recent memory where rending, or at least a rending move, has been good.
Yeah, I mean, this thing bypasses dodge, and unlike Aliorasuchus, where the move literally just rends, but it doesn't bypass armor, break shields at all, this thing actually does bypass armor, and you don't even need to break the shields because you're nullifying counter is doing a little bit of the dirty work for you. So it's pretty good, and then it gives you a self dodge, and it's precise on top of that. So I mean, anything that doesn't have rend resistance, which funnily enough we've actually been getting less of, in my opinion. Aliorasuchus and Atris Maxima are two creatures that I can think of that don't have rend resistance, but on top of that, you get so many more that are being released that have like way less and less of it. So I mean, the less creatures we get that have rend resistance, the better for Aliorasuchus.
For sure. Yeah, especially to me, this is kind of like terrifying because pretty much everything I run doesn't have any rend resistance.
Yeah.
So, especially is for me, it's I gotta kill this thing before it even gets a chance.
Oh yeah, and we haven't even talked about the combos this thing can pull off, because Infectious Bite on top of that is already one of the strongest moves in the game. I mean, it afflicts you 100%, I believe. It stuns you. It just, I mean, combo that with Swallowed Whole, and you're looking at one of the most devastating moves in the entire game.
I am glad they at least had a bit of a foresight to realize that a move as like that would be that should have a really long cooldown. I think this is the first time a move has had a 4-turn cooldown.
They really wanted to make sure you do not pull off this move.
But the fact that you can use it right off the bat, I feel more or less kind of nullifies a bit of the downside of having a 4-turn cooldown. Is that especially for either an opener or a closer, Aliorasuchus seems like it can do both.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was testing out with it. Aliorasuchus to me was just it functioned well as an opener, but with the amount of creatures that can resist swap prevention, it kind of became swap bait to a certain degree, which is why I functioned it way better as a closer, in my opinion. It was one of those creatures that will almost guaranteed either get you down to a smidge of HP or just outright kill you. I mean, if you saw my Aliorasuchus video, you'll see that it actually one-shots Chantrospinous after evasive wounding charge, so that's a huge plus for it.
Yeah,
Um,
I was watching as I was watching that video, I kind of felt a creeping sense of, oh, great, the arena is going to get somehow more tough for me.
it's definitely scary. It is one of those creatures that you will have a little bit of trouble fighting. I mean, even if you have run resistance, it's still doing so much damage to the point where you need, like, you'll have to kill it because it's going to finish you off with swallowed whole no matter what, even
Yeah.
if you are resistant to it. It's just a scary thing to go up again. Also, we haven't even talked about the fact that they just slapped on instant cunning strike for whatever reason. It's already one of the best moves in the game, and
Yeah.
we've already seen what that move can do to a creature.
I think having a priority on, like, I feel given that this creature is kind of is designed around, like, its one shot. I think they should probably, I would suggest that maybe they should remove any kind of priority.
Yeah, I agree. That I feel like that should be one of the
Frankly,
weaknesses.
I would be in favor of making Swallowed Whole a act last move.
I feel like to a certain degree that would kind of make it a more dangerous because there are certain situations where you want to be slower than them. Because in my video, I pinpointed the fact that you want to use a blitzer build, and for those who don't know, blitzer and our, I guess, little definitionary terms are basically just a nitro build. So I mean, I guess you want to use a nitro build, but the more and more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, you probably don't want to go max speed. You kind of want to go like maybe 150 plus, because you have like no reason to have high damage. I mean, your Ren move is doing most of the damage. I don't think, cunning, devour, rampage. I mean, that's also something else. It's purely ornamental. You're not really going to be using that because you'll likely be dead by the time you get it. But
yeah, that's my thoughts. Is like, I think I am tentatively okay with this move existing, but I think that the rest of the creature is also incredibly overtuned because of that.
Yeah, like at that point, you might as well have just like done better justice to Aliorasuchus itself, because oh my god, that thing is horrendous.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like, I'd say remove the instant cunning strike.
I would agree.
Like, replace it with, I don't know, just a regular cunning strike or dispersed cunning strike, or frankly maybe even just
determined
strike or something like that. But yeah, but other than so far, like, that's the recent news. That's the one probably everyone's going to be focusing on. But
let's just keep in mind, if this thing, God forbid, ever gets an Apex, like, oh my god, it's gonna be
this is a fun. Unique. Like, when uniques punch into the high Apex bracket, it's like especially like, it's gonna be tough. Like,
yeah.
And frankly, I wish that was like, if that's the precedent that's been set, why not give the rest of the uniques that similar treatment? If they can compete with Apexes, then why not? Like, why is it just some?
I kind of wish uniques in it, like, I feel like uniques have kind of lost their identity. And what I mean by that is, like, back then, when you unlock a unique creature, you felt this sense of accomplishment, right? Mm-hmm. But to me now, like, whenever I unlock a unique, I don't know if it's just because I'm surrounded by a bunch of Apexes and I've just been desensitized, but whenever I unlock a unique now, I'm just like, yeah, I got it. As if it's like a epic or legendary hybrid. Because back then, I'd be ecstatic if I unlocked a unique. I'd be like, oh my god, I have a unique now.
Well, because it was like, it was the end game for a good long time. It was the end game.
Yeah.
Like, especially, it was a massive resource and time investment, because like, often a lot of their, like, half of the roster was like, had exclusive opponents or components, or just generally was kind of a grind to get them leveled and get them unlocked. And especially once you got them to level 30, it was, especially in a time before boosts, it was just like, this is it, this is the end game.
And
But
even
now,
with boost coming into the game, I remember stuff like Geminidus, Testacornibus, and Spinoconstrictor. Those things were like top of the top, hardest exclusive creatures to ever get, and you unlock like 2 of them. You're like, oh my god, I'm set.
you're accomplished, even though Spinal Constrictor has pretty consistently sucked through its entire existence.
Yeah, I had only like one peak window of like a couple months where it was actually doing pretty decently. I think that was around 2.14, if I remember correct. No, it was not one of the 3.0 updates. I couldn't have been. No, I think it was around the time where Scorpius Rex and Inditaurus were kind of popping off. I forget when, but it was one of those times.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me because it kind of was a sort of a soft counter to them.
I think it was around 2.12, if I remember correctly. But oh my god, I kind of just wish uniques nowadays, even if it's not good, you still want to feel accomplished by using it, because now you don't want to look at a unique and be like, oh, that's just resource waste investment or whatever it's called. But you at least want to be able to use it. I mean,
yeah, and especially like I kind of felt like they were sort of on the way of like trying to make uniques, like giving uniques a bit of their identity back with the enhancement tracks, but then they just gave those to the apexes as well. So,
well, at first they gave them to like select few apex, but then they were just like, screw it, we're just going to give it to every apex. So it's, I kind of wish that wasn't the case, and I hate the fact that unique seems to have this weird like inconsistency where some end up being like really, really good, and then we just have this drought of like bad, Centimoloch, bad, and then we just get dropped with like something like Aliorasuchus where it can literally punch with the apexes, and then like God forbid you look at those moves and then you're like, what can they possibly give the apex, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And especially, I'll say like looking at Aliorasuchus's like reactive is when it's like, I think what is it? When
it's pinged, you're gonna get ferocity, and I think it's 25%.
It's like this thing can already one shot. Like, this is just a bigger guarantee that the damage number is just gonna be larger.
I mean, there's this weird feeling of inevitability with Aliorasuchus, because you know it's going to get something down the line. It's like, whenever with like these, I'm surprised that Amphilorex and Tyrannodactylus and Ovenlophosaurus haven't got like apexes yet. I'm shocked, but with Aliorasuchus, to me, it just feels inevitable that they're going to give something to it. Because it's an Alioramus hybrid, it's a theropod, they want to profit off it, they want to, continue milking it. And you just know that something's happened down the line. Whether it's the next update, the next 2 updates, the next 3 updates, it's going to happen.
They just have an obsession with the medium theropod rig, and I just don't get it.
Like, bro, you are not the Arajosaur. Sit down.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, that's all fun. I'm looking forward to that, especially because, like I said, majority of what I run does not have rend resistance. Like, I think the 2 things I run that have rend resistance is Glyptosavus and Thylaconyx.
Yeah, bro, it's just gonna get cooked. Anything that you try to throw off. You literally have to throw up like passive abilities in order to bypass the nullifying counter. And that's the stupid thing with Aliorasuchus that I pinpointed just a couple minutes ago. Is, you even if it doesn't shatter shields, I mean, you got nullifying counter just sitting there, and that's gonna be tough.
Frankly, maybe I was gonna say maybe it doesn't. Maybe it shouldn't have the counter either.
Yeah, the counter is doing half the dirty work, because that's one of the reasons why I can come in and kill Chantrospinos, which in my opinion I want to say is a blessing and a curse, because you're killing Chantrospinos, but at the same time you're killing everything else. Oddly enough, it seems to do worse in the unique format than it actually does in Apex. It's kind of this like weird case with Mutadon, where Mutadon is like top 5 in unique, but then it just kind of falls down to like top 10 in a in an Apex skill format, because Mutadon just, it's another can of worms. Mutadon just struggles more with what's in that format than its own. And I think Aliorasuchus will have a similar option, or sorry, similar path, just because there's way more swappy things that can kind of screw it than, bypass what it's trying to do.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, otherwise, design-wise, I think I think it looks nice. I think, or at least it looks coherent. I don't know if I'm exactly a fan of the colors, but
I think the skin saves it. I adore the skin. I don't know if it's intentional. I think it's literally just colors, but its snout on the skin looks completely blood soaked. Like, you ever seen those like documentaries where like a lion just pulls its face out of the body of a carcass and it just has like that deep red,
yeah.
blood. Yeah, it hits me as that. I don't know if that's literally just the colors, but it kind of reminds me of that. And that's one of the reasons why I love Albertosaurus so much is the snout just looks blood soaked, and there's no other red on Albertosaurus except what's on the snout, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, that's.
So I love that.
Yeah, I can see that. I do think the skin does help save its coloration, because I think the base skin is a little splotchy.
Bland.
There's a lot of there's not a lot of colors here that kind of complement each other. It's a lot of out there.
I like the colors, but yeah, just like you said, it kind of just looks like you kind of threw them in random spots and none of them really flow well with each other. I mean, there's a reason why Spinonyx is one of the best designs in the game, is because all its colors just flow really nicely. Well, this one is just like, well, we're going to throw a random gray here, random red there, and then a splotch of beige here. Like it doesn't work.
Man, if this was a few years ago, you would have gotten lynched for saying Spinonyx was a good design.
I think it was. I think it's canonically accepted at this point in the game that Spinonyx is a top 10 best design in Jurassic World Alive, which I'm on record with saying it completely is.
Well, that's because there's it's an improvement on the Baryonyx design, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I guess moving on from Aliorasuchus, some other news was the little thing Ludia put out recently about asking the community for feedback on some proposed balance changes.
Oh, okay. Let's get that pulled up. I haven't personally looked at it myself. I kind of went over it, briefly with a friend. Do you have the document ready, or?
I can go and look at it right now. Okay, cool.
Let me try to get it. I'll try to pull it up real quick. Hold on. Where is it? Not here. Not there. Okay, found it. All right. I'll forward it to you, I guess.
I got it. I got you.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's not that many creatures. I only think it's only 5, which, it's kind of a strange, really strange subjective number to pick just 5. I understand there's a lot of creatures in this game and you can't rebalance all of them, or at least not anymore. Like those massive sweeping balance changes they used to do every other update several a long time ago, those years are behind us, unfortunately.
And the thing is, they seem to imply that it's only going to be one of these creatures, which sucks. And I'm just going to say this off the bat. Every single buff or proposed buff in this little patch is terrible. Arguably, it's a nerf. And if you really want to go there. Do you want to start off with Post-Dimetrodon, and then we can go from there?
Sure thing. But yeah, there's one here that I'm invested in, so I'll probably talk at length about it. But yeah, Post-Dimetrodon, they're planning on increasing its damage to just giving it 50 more damage and its crit chance up to 15%, and its fierce, giving it an instant fierce impact.
Yikes.
That, I don't know if that's enough to carry Post-Dimetrodon in the epic format, especially when you have things like Gigantospinosaurus and all those other like things running, and like the I can't remember their names. The Beckles, the
Oh yeah, blonde and brunette.
yeah. When you've got those running around, like a measly damage increase and a crit change and one instant impact is not going to save Post-Metrodon here.
Yeah, it's not going to. I like the direction they're going. I like instant fierce impact, but if you really wanted to make it good, increase the like crit damage to 150. I mean, I'm gonna just go there off the bat. You could increase the damage a little bit more. I think 50 is a little cheap. Go 1300, and then increase the crit chance to maybe 20%, just so you get like something out of it. And then you can probably play around with the abilities. What I would do is take the heal move it has and replace it with something like Ferocious Restore. That would instantly make it way better, and you're not really relying on this one crutch ability. And then after that, you could probably give it like Skirmish. I think Skirmish would be really good. Or Ferocious Impact, because it's component has that, but it for whatever reason doesn't, so that's also pretty weird.
Yeah, especially because I've noticed Post-Metrodon through pretty much majority of its existence has always been a creature to me that like can dish out damage, but it can never ever seem to secure a knockout.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's one of those creatures that for whatever reason it can do the damage, but it just doesn't do enough damage to get the kill.
Yeah, so moving on, Dinotherium.
Oh boy!
Main change was it'll no longer be a wild card. It'll be a fierce resilient. Its counterbella will be a minor precise counter, and its group superiority will be group fierce strike. I don't think this is going to help it very much.
It's a nerf. It's literally a nerf.
Frankly, it is a nerf because counterbellow, like, especially since it doesn't have a way to slow down opponents anymore, means like it's gonna struggle. Like, also there's
you gave it the Notapad of Titan counter. You couldn't have at least given it the full 1x precise counter. You had to give it a minor precise counter. It's like, why, bro?
This thing's damage output is already pretty pitiful.
And then you just made it even worse. And then on top of that, you gave it group fierce strike as if that's gonna do anything. I mean, now it can't even slow anything down, and you've just completely gutted it. Like, this is a whole nerf, bro. Like, you could have made the elephant. You could have made it a Herrerasaurus counter. How aura would that have been? The elephants, after so long, never seeing the light of day in the rare format, finally can stand up to the strongest thing in the rare. But now you had like a golden opportunity to just completely fail, bro. Like, oh my god.
But yeah. So yeah, like, I agree, especially like Dinotherium, and I feel like the elephants just in general have been severely neglected.
Oh yeah.
So, well, I mean, I'd say a lot of things have been neglected, but
I think aside from Mammoth on release, we have not had one good elephant in the game ever.
I think, and that's a great disservice to all of elephant kind. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, Dakota Raptor.
That sucks even more.
Yeah, a health increase and a damage increase is nice, but Group Cunning Rampage, like Group Distracting Rampage to Group Cunning Rampage just kind of seems like a
It's a nerf because it's now a delay of 2. It's a delay of 2, and I think a cooldown of 2 as well.
And then swap in Critical Strike, which is like, I guess, nice. And
you can't even. Here's the thing. Any creature that they seem that they want to push towards a critical play style, they never double down on it. They never increase its crit chance. They never increase its crit damage. They just keep it the same. It's like, what's the point then? Because with critical, you want to do as much damage as possible. Why not capitalize on it? They don't. And then they give it like a pitiful 0 to 25% speed decrease, as if that's going to do anything. I mean, when everything now can slow you 75 to 100%, this really doesn't matter at all.
Mm-hmm. This is why I think the only good crit creature that has its its whole playstyle built around crits is Ovalenken.
Yeah.
Because it's got the crit damage, but I also like that it by default it has I believe just a 0% crit chance.
Yeah.
But it's just
because it's got 200 damage, and it's like, whoa.
It's like, oh yeah, well that's and it has so many easy ways to increase its critical chance. So frankly, if it I'm considering running it at some point once I'm done leveling Derek's.
It's gonna be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Moving on, Sinta Moloch. A whole bunch of changes here. Main thing, Resilient Strike was changed to Shielded Heavy Strike, and I think that might be the best thing about this rebalance is that it's got a slightly better basic move.
Yeah,
because leveling Denial Impact, sure, the delay, being reduced to 1, that's nice. But the change of the stun chance and the shield lasting 4 less attacks does not seem does not feel like it compensates this creature very well. And then the changes to its resistance, resistance is stun, being immune to stun makes sense with its lineage. But losing that affliction resistance and the heal reduction,
well, I'm fine with the heal reduction. They did not need 85% in the first place. And then affliction, they're just handing that out like candy. Yeah, I would be fine if they actually gave that to 0.
Yeah, frankly, yeah.
My biggest gripe with this is they seem to be stuck on keeping Determined Impact for whatever reason. Determined Impact is one of the abilities out of the many things on Sinta Moloch that are holding this thing down. This thing just goes from a bottom 3 to a bottom 7 unique. Because, yeah, Shielded Heavy Strike is good and the leveling Denial Impact change is okay. But it's not doing anything with Determined Impact, and it's not doing anything with Resilient Rampage. That's what's holding it back. And if you want to make it good, either give it replace its counter with Persistent Counter. If you really want to lean into what makes Sintasaurus, I guess Sintasaurus, just replace something, because it's got no way of defending itself outside of Strike, and it's still, we got so many fierce creatures now that can just say, hey, screw you, and bypass
just one-shot it, pretty much,
Yeah, especially now that we got Aliorasuchus in the game. It's oh boy, it's got no way of holding itself up. And for whatever reason, they seem to be stuck on Determined Impact. And I'm just get rid of it, bro. It can be so good. Yeah, it's in the same boat as Raptoceras. These things can be so good with 2 smart changes. And for whatever reason, they decided to go no.
Especially, Determined Impact, to me, is, is really bad, because the reason why Determined Strike is good is because it's spammable.
Yeah.
And
it's literally just a better... what was the move that Megalatops had? It was not Determined Strike, was it?
Yeah, it's got Determined Strike.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, that's one of the reasons why Megalatops was really good. It just could spam Determined Strike, and you can't really do much about it.
Yeah, because it solves pretty much all of its problems for it, with the exception of stun. So, That's why, outside of the fact that I really like its design and the Left 4 Dead mod of it replacing the tank is really funny, is why I quite like it.
Yeah.
But moving on, yeah, this is in fact making it worse.
Oh, for sure, 100%. I mean, again, like I said, we've got so many fierce creatures that can say "fuck you" to anything that this thing tries to throw at it. And then, you bring in Distortus Rex, and it's like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna go cry now.
I mean, in a world where Distortus Rex just exists, it's gonna be hard for any newcomer to really, make an impact, because Distortus Rex does, a million different things.
Yeah.
But
again, you could also try to beat it at what it does. I mean, you can make Centimole like a high damage output and just kill it before it can kill you, kind of a thing. Which I wouldn't really be opposed to. I think it'd be pretty cool.
And it also would be nice if there were some more another raid-oriented healer that isn't just frickin' Aliorasuchus or Turamoloch.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sick of them. I mostly run Turamoloch because it's not Dilarak, so
yeah. I kind of wish Dilarak had its old kit again, because I hate that they changed it from such a synergist high heavy hitter to literally just heal spam.
The spam healer, still, it is one of my least favorite things to fight, because it's just the playstyle is so predictable that and
it's so boring too. It's just bro.
There was an instance I remember of I faced off against I had my Smile Anemones out against this person's Dilarakyrus, and I just went for Deliberate Prowl on the first 2 turns because I knew they were gonna go for the for both the healing moves. And what do? They go for both the healing moves and they leave themselves open.
Oh my god, bro.
It's it's so predictable. Everyone just thinks, oh well, I can just spam heal, and the counterattack will do all the damage for me, and I won't ever have to face anything difficult in my life until there's you meet unless they face a half decent resilient creature Ankylodicurus can take that thing out very easily.
Yeah. It's just
if you lose to an epic hybrid, you gotta ask yourself what's going on,
Well, what's going on is that they completely gutted Dilarak's playstyle. They could have made especially now with all the affliction and stunning going on and the running. Oh my god, how cool would it be? I'm not trying to give them ideas, but how cool would it be to give a form of group stunning rampage that can afflict, and then you get instant rampage and run, and then you maybe get distracting or determined strike, and then some form of impact as well. That would be so cool, because now Dilarak can, it can function as a good synergist. It can function as a revenge killer, which is what it was always meant to be. But it's so pitiful now. I'm just pissed off that we can't seem to have Dilarak be something that's actually cool to use. You get frowned on for using it, or even liking it, even though I like it for what it used to be, not what it is now.
Mm-hmm. Especially to me, it's kind of insulting because Dinokyrus is in fact my favorite dinosaur. So, I think Dilarakyrus is generally kind of a meh design.
It doesn't really seem to Dinokyrus in this game doesn't really seem to look like Dinocheirus at all.
Yeah, but moving on to the only Apex, and this is the one I care about. So. Arctobacillus.
Oh boy.
So main changes, quite a few. So we'll go over them slowly. The health buff from 4,800 to 4,950. That's nice. An attack increase by 50 damage, so from 14,000 to 1450. And a critical damage increase from 125% to 135%. That's nice, I guess. Resistances, 100 immunity to stun, not like that's appreciated. Rend, like it gains a 25% rend resistance. I don't know if it's exactly necessary, but because
especially that we got like Aliorasuchus now, it's like okay.
Damage reduction to 75%. It's like, hey, like that's nice. And speed decrease going to 100%, also nice. Like I'd be fine with like that. Then changes. Cenozoic Smack has now like would have priority. I don't know how to feel about that. I think overall Cenozoic Smack is a fairly useful ability. But I don't know if it should have priority because I feel at times that I feel like that might just screw with with its utility, especially in terms of like the problems it solves for Arcto.
Oh yeah.
Is because it's there to like deal with things that distract and put up shields and have armor and whatnot. Like this is a cunning, this is a fierce, resilient creature. It is very well suited to, you know, taking on resilience and cunnings.
And I mean, I was gonna say, I feel like Cenozoic Smack sometimes just works better when you don't have the priority, but now it just kind of feels like it's going into a revenge killer kind of state.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
And then alert Arctic Blast, secure, like these are just additions, so I think these are fine. The secured state now also gives an armor buff for 15 by 15% for 2 turns to attacks. That's fine. Like I think Arctovacillus' armor like does do it a lot of favors. But so I guess
now with the health buff it's got.
Yeah, especially with the health buff. So like this is nice, and then in threatened it's a higher amount of armor, like 25%. Like especially Alert Arctic Blast is a move I generally don't use unless it's in the threatened state, because when it's secured, it's just not really that good because it's effectively just a worse like slowing impact.
Pretty much.
Because it just all it does is like slow something down and make them vulnerable for one turn. Like,
I hate it.
It's good for like setting up. Like it's good for like being able to get your shields up. But like other than that, just wait till you're in the threatened state because then you can do a lot more with it.
It's just I hate that they seem to. Like, they understand what's wrong, but for whatever reason, they just can't seem to highlight the issues with Arctovacillus. Like, okay, I get what you're trying to go for, but that's not what makes Arctovacillus terrible. And it seems like they're...
Yeah, I'd say it's less Arctovacillus' fault and more of the meta around it. Like, Arctovacillus has been left behind, but like...
The reason why Arctovacillus used to be so dominant for about a month when it came out is it highlighted pretty much everything that Testacornibus was good at. Because mind you, Testacornibus, when this thing released, was still a top 5 creature. And it still, it did its job of doing the 1, the 1, the 4, the 2, the 3, that kind of combo. And Arctovacillus pretty much just doubled down on it. It became more fierce. It had a better devastation, had a better, form of defense. But now it just seems like they're dancing around kind of what would make it better versus, what it actually doesn't need. If you really wanted to make Arctic Blast better, afflict and stun, or, just make it precise. Something to at least let it punch now. And then if you go on to
precision would be all frankly it would need is like the armor buff's nice, but frankly just give it precise on Arctic Blast. That would solve so many problems.
Make it group, because now we seem to be going to a flocky direction. And like I said, afflict and stun, that'd be way better. Just something. And then you get to alert persistent group shields. It's like, okay, I guess. I mean, it's not really something that I'm jumping in the air for, but
Yeah, like the armor
I
buff
guess.
is nice, and when it's threatened, you can heal. But that's paired with the fact that they're planning on replacing the counter power heal with expedient critical counter, and I've been mulling over this for the past day or so, of trying to figure out whether or not I like that change or I dislike it, because I feel that counter power heal was kind of what gave Vasilis a bit of an edge, was the fact that it could take a lot of punishment.
Oh yeah, 100%. It was one of those creatures that you genuinely needed to be a pure fierce in order to eradicate. But now I'm just kind of like I'm sitting down, I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, expedient critical counter. What other creatures in the game have this ability, and what do they do? It just seems so random on Arctovasilis because it has like 135 critical damage. It's doing basically nothing, and I'm just sitting here and I'm wondering, what is this change supposed to be? I'm like, I feel like if you really wanted, you could have just given it like ferocious counter healing strike at that point. Even though I kind of
No,
hate,
I would say no, don't do that.
just like give it like a better heal move if you really want to go there. But like expedient critical counter is so weird because I'm pretty sure that's on the
if you
Aliorasuchus.
if you want the crit gimmick, why not just, like, I don't know, here's a suggestion from me: counter like critical power heal or something like that. Like,
Yeah, it's
you
like
can have both. You can have
you
both.
quite literally removed what gave Arctovacilla. It just seems more of a nerf because, again, 135 crit damage, you're doing marginally more damage on top of a what, like 20% crit chance or something? It was like 10%. You're doing, you're not having a huge crit chance no matter what. But now I guess you are going to have one, but you're still doing like marginally less damage because literally only one move in the kit can shatter and bypass everything. So it's like, okay, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and then finally, Vitalize on Escape just had a, like, the speed increases now lasts for 2 turns, and it has a 25% shield. Cool.
Okay, I guess.
I
But
guess. Like, Arctovacillus is one of those, like, apexes that I think, fortunately, its reactive does in fact synergize with its kit pretty well.
yeah,
Because, breaking, like, anytime you break a shield, you basically get a minute, you get a mini Vitalize. That's nice. That's real nice. Like, Vasilis is it is the power healer. This is this is like this is Concatasaurus if it was cool and fun to use and play against.
I just hate that this like change seems to be the definition of okay. I guess like
I think
every
this is
one
in
of
general.
them-
This is going to make it, like, ever so slightly worse in some matchups and better in others. And frankly, I
Marginally.
think I like majority of the changes. It's just this counter change that I like, and like I could have handled Cenozoic Smack having priority. I can work around that, and the rest of those changes are just nice. It's just like that makes sense. That, like, those are things that, like, unfortunately nowadays we have apexes that have moves that do like 300 different things. So it only makes sense that Arctovacillus and these other apexes, like, catch up with them, so they get some more things on their moves.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm so confused because it just doesn't, like I said, to me it just seems like they knew what the problems were and they tried to address it, but then they also indirectly, danced around everything aside from the very obvious, like, hey, this isn't the problem with Alert Arctic Blast. This is. But then they just seem to turn a blind eye to it. I'm just sitting here wondering if I should like this or hate this.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, it really doesn't change too much. I mean, you kind of nerfed it with counter power heal, and then you just made it slightly better with other stuff. But, it doesn't solve what makes Arctovacillus bad in this meta. If you really wanted to make it good, give it, like, more not ferocity in terms of like increased damage, but literally just bypassing armor or shields.
Part of me thinks that the reason why they're giving it well, besides the fact that they seem to like whenever they run out of ideas in terms of a rebalance, they just say fuck it and just like it's got a crit gimmick now.
Yeah, it's literally that. And there's so many things in this game that can already do the crit gimmick better. It doesn't matter if they're better or worse.
Oval can do this shit better. It is like I said, it is the prime example of the crit gimmick done well.
Yeah, like Oven Alenkin, Oven Lothosaurus to a degree as well. I would say Oven Lothosaurus in that category just because it's much more scarier. I mean, you've got the nullifying impact, you've got the high crit chance, the high damage, a huge move. Like, these creatures do so well. And I wish that there was, I guess we can use classes, quote unquote, classes of creatures that utilize the niche correctly. And it just seems like they ran out of ideas with this. And then, like you said, just pretty much went with, okay, you're going to be a critter now.
Yeah, and it's like, did Arctobacillus need a crit gimmick? No. Part of me thinks that they're only doing this because alert persistent group shields when threatened gives 100% crit, and I feel like that is also just redundant. This counter is redundant now. Because the one time this creature's gonna be critting, it's gonna be guaranteed to have a crit.
It's just, if you really wanted to make it good, I did a video once where I buffed Arctobacillus, and in that video I gave it something called Counter Growl, and essentially it was counter power heal that shattered shields, and I'm pretty sure it decelled or something. But even then, you don't have to add decel. Just shattering shields and healing is good enough because now you've opened windows for yourself. Mm-hmm. Now you've made it things less redundant. You could have gone there and this thing would have been infinitely better. I just don't understand. And even when they do go with the crit niche, they don't capitalize on it at all. Arctobacillus still by default has a pitiful crit chance. It's, crit damage is just, not even there. You're doing marginally more damage. You're doing 10% more.
15%. Well, yeah, 10%. 10% more.
You're doing 10% more damage. It's okay, I guess.
Cool.
Literally one out of its 4 abilities can, bypass armor or shields. It's okay, I mean, you might as well just spam strike, I guess. But you didn't even double down on the crit damage. It's stupid.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would say, if I'm gonna be ranking these in terms of the Arctobacillus is the only one here where I feel at least these changes are most of its changes are okay. It's just this one addendum here is throwing everything off. The changes to its stats are nice. A 10% chance increase in critical damage is not gonna make that significant of a difference. Especially, keep in mind what is the majority of this thing is what is the majority of class of creatures this thing is going to be facing off against? Fierce. Well, I mean fierce and cunnings.
And 90%,
90% of cunnings have cunning abilities, which remove critical damage, reduce the critical chance. That 10% increase doesn't mean anything if it's reduced to 0.
Yeah. Literally.
And also, like I mentioned, this thing already has a crit gimmick, and it's a guaranteed 100% critical attack.
It's so weird. It seemed like they really didn't know what they wanted to do with this.
Especially because they could have I agree, they could have balanced they should have it's just frankly it's just the counter here. Everything else I think is fine and I could work with. Frankly, it is overall an improvement.
Yeah.
But I don't know. No, I don't like crit gimmicks generally. I don't like
because they're usually never done right.
Yeah, I don't like my chances of victory being up to random chance,
Right, literally. Oh my god.
Unfortunately, that's half the meta.
And because so many creatures like hit so hard now, it's like you don't get the crit, and it just feels bad because like, okay, so my chance of victory was literally reliant on this and killing this creature that was about to wipe my team, but because I didn't get a 75% crit chance, I lost. Okay, yippee.
Yep. And especially like, you know, for example, here's a matchup between like Arctophyllus that I think about, and especially like how this is gonna affect it, and or at least is its matchup with Geminidius, because like these two do tend to come to blows pretty frequently, or at least from my experience. And so it's kind of always like it's up to like it's very much mind games for that matchup, because like especially now with Geminidius's like has a bunch of things it does now, but it's the armor increased creature. That's its gimmick.
Yeah.
Like it's got some priority now on its impact, and it's like that's fine, okay, whatever, I don't care. That's just like, I don't know, I can wait a turn or just like, and like especially like I feel this will just kind of like overall. I think the critical counter like because it's a speed increase as well. Like Arctophyllus does perform better when it's faster than its opponent, but like not always. Like because normally it only has access to like 2 damaging moves. One of them is a strike, and the other one is not very good. And like the its real damaging move, you need to set up for it, or at least you need to stall long enough to be able to do that. And that's where counter power heal was useful, is because it let Arcto be on the field long enough so that it could get around, like it could be out on the field long enough so it could get that devastation off.
I don't know, man. It's just, this thing just really pisses me off. They could have made it so good, and this was their opportunity to make it good, but they didn't.
Well, the thing is, we can in fact give feedback, so
we could, but then you also have the other underlying issue, and how much of that are they going to take?
Well, if there's enough of a consensus, then they'll,
I just want to see Aliorasuchus be good. I want that thing to be finally good again. That's the thing I want. I want to use an arachnid.
I think the raid apexes deserve some TLC. Arctophyllus is one I also just would like. I was happy to see it on this list, but like I said, I've been mulling.
And then your smile just went to a frown.
It was more of not a frown, more of a kind of a confused like eyebrow raise.
It's like
because like I said, I can't exactly say beggars can't be choosers, because they're literally giving us a chance to be choosers.
Yeah, pretty much.
So why not take this opportunity to say, hey, I like what you're doing here. There's this one thing here. Don't do this one thing. The rest of it's good. The rest of this good work.
Yeah.
This one thing though, no, scrap it. Keep it the same. Counter power heal is fine. It doesn't need a crit gimmick. It doesn't need a speed up counter. I'm tired of things that have it already. I don't want to be another one of those annoying guys. Like, so, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, it's just, it's sad.
Moving on.
Hopefully they listen.
Moving on from that. Last time, well, in the failed recording, we talked about the latest releases, which were the two toy creatures and the launch of the toy chips thing. So let's just quickly give our thoughts on that, because my thoughts haven't really changed that much. So
yeah, no, mine hasn't either. I think it's a good addition. Now that I've kind of had time to play with it, they could definitely add more things to the shop. I would appreciate more chances to get coins and incubators, but of course, who am I to decide that? I think 200,000 coins is still pretty good in general, no matter what. That's probably going to be something you definitely use. I think they could reduce the bucks for toy chips. Like what is it, $800 for 1,000 toy chips just seemed really weird.
Yeah.
Like if you really wanted to go there, I guess $250 to $500 is an acceptable price range. I think adding more boost to that incubator instead of just 10, you could go like 20 or 30. That'd be way better, because now it just doesn't feel like okay, I need to buy 10 of these in order to get 100. It's so stupid. But I think it's fine. I think it will definitely be better as time goes on, because now it kind of seems like they're trying to play around with what works and what doesn't work. So I appreciate that. In general, I don't have too many negative feelings, because you are getting good resources from it. So it's not terrible. I mean,
like I liked the easel event up until the end of it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And this is just a me issue, because I don't have any of the meta apexes, so it's extra hard for me in some of those, because sometimes you just don't have access to your good things.
Right.
And you have to work with what they give you, and half of what they give you is dead weight.
It's just
like for one of the stages in the easel event, it was Saw Panthera, and I just like used like all the low like bottom at the bottom creatures, and just like threw a bunch of bodies at it until it eventually died.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I ain't wasting the good ones on you. And then I all my good ones lost to Monolomoth and what was the other one? Dilarizon?
Oh yeah, that thing. Oh my god.
I guess it's nice to see that Monolomoth is a little better, but like also, you ever get a feeling that when you're playing some of these things like strike events and whatnot, that just the AI just cheats?
Cheats how?
Like it just somehow like switches its move when you pick it, so it knows like it like has the exact frickin' counter to the one like move you picked.
Sometimes it seems that way for sure. I think it's more of a placebo effect, just because the AI, I think, goes on a random like selection in terms of the abilities. But it definitely does seem that way at times, where it's just like, okay, how the one move I didn't need you going for, you went for it.
How
like,
did
okay,
he
bro.
know?
Literally. But I think it's just more of a random chance, and it's more of a placebo effect than anything. So
it could very much be a skill issue on my end. So
pardon me that I didn't predict the robot.
Like, how could I have?
Exactly. How could I not predict what the AI was going for?
Because generally they're pretty predictable. They just go impact. Like especially like they from what I've noticed, they cycle through, like they go from left to right in terms of the moves. Yeah,
but then they'll just like instantly just put an axe through that and be like, nope, not today, buddy.
Like I've noticed they do prioritize priority moves, which makes sense, I guess. But anyway, moving on. I guess just. Toy chips are fun. I wish there were more opportunities to get them. I think they should just keep up the strike events that have them in there.
I agree.
But what else? Oh yeah, the creatures. The Aliorasuchus and the Aliorasuchus.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I guess, do you want to give your thoughts on those first, or how are we doing this?
I dislike the Kryolophosaurus in terms of fighting it. The Stomatosuchus is fine. Design-wise, you know, they're kind of ugly on purpose.
Yeah. I kind of wish...
based on the toys that I just generally don't understand the appeal of. Like, as an adult who is not, like, who is not, like, in love with this franchise, I don't get it. But, you know, a lot of people do like the Jurassic World toys, especially because they pick pretty obscure species at times.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just look at the design, it's like, what the hell happened?
I kind of wish they did what they are doing in Jurassic World, the game, because the toys in JWA, it seems like they're supposed to be real animals, but in Jurassic World, the game, you have actual joints, you have, you know, the rotation, you know, arms, the neck, as well as, you know, the line where it can move its head up and down like the real thing. So I like that they actually look like toys in that game, but in Jurassic World Alive, they just don't, you know? And I feel like that's such a missed opportunity. Like, if you're gonna go with the toy route, go all out, you know? In Jurassic World, the game, when the toy, I guess, the creature gets defeated, they'll kind of flop around a little bit, and it just seems like they're powering off. But in this one, they just have the default, like, kill animation.
I think it'd be funny if they made the Lego break sound.
Yeah. No, what's funny is they actually do make, like, a broken plastic sound in, you know, when they get defeated in Jurassic World again. I don't know if you've seen any of those clips, but it's so cool, and I actually respect the toys in that game.
I haven't, so yeah. And I think especially the precedent was already set by the Omega Rex.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, well, they're taking the toy design and just translating it into what if this was real in the game and a real living creature. And it's especially jarring because they still have the proportions of the toy. So, like, they stick out pretty pretty distinctly. Like they're very thick around like a lot of the areas. Like the Kryolophosaurus, the Mattel Kryolophosaurus is like double the size of the regular one, and it looks twice as ugly. Because like the Omega Kryolophosaurus actually looks pretty decent.
It looks like a Kryolophosaurus
instead of
here,
instead of
a stupid chubby tail, you know. It's short as well. It's just so over the top. Stomato.
Yet another.
God, what do I even say about Stomato? I mean, Stomato. I wish we had a death roll animation, but we don't. Again, you know, for whatever reason, they don't give the Crocs a death roll animation, even though they literally have one in the other game.
I was gonna say they've got one. Why not reuse it? They've reused animations before.
It seems like anything that isn't a Rex, you know, doesn't get love. I'm like, screw you, bro.
Yeah, it's like, I think you pointed that out recently of like, why is it that just like, you know, it's only like some creatures, especially the Tyrannosaur rig, that get all the cool animations and whatnot. It's like, there's so much really good, like, there's so much good that comes from like some of these rigs. Like, some of my favorite moves and like whatnot, like, if I were to do like a quick tier list of my favorite like animations, is one of them is the mammoth like tantrum.
Oh yeah,
I really like that one. I like the sloth swap in, the Megalatops drop in, because it's like, holy shit, I didn't know it could move like that.
It's just so jarring because it's so fast. You're like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
And it's like, oh god, it's Hulk, he's coming.
And then he just stomps the ground. Like, why don't we have more animations like that? I want more. And it's one of those examples where Tyranitar gets a new animation where it kind of like digs into the ground and it's like, you know, having its own little fit. But then you look at Aliorasuchus and the move is literally called Swallowed Whole and it just kind of stomps the ground. I'm like, bro, you could have at least like had a biting animation where it's kind of coming at the camera from first person. And it just, it's doing, the big Edie animation where it kind of bites and then kind of drags you through the ground. Yeah, translate that onto Aliorasuchus.
Yeah, is like, especially it's because like, thing is, it's very clear that they can do a animation of like the creature eating you to the joy of all the vor enthusiasts out there. Which, that's important. Like, we gotta be looking out for those. But but like, yeah, like another one of my favorite animations is the snake coil. Like,
oh, that's so
it's
cool.
so good, and especially because they just pretty much copied it from Jurassic World the game with some addendums, and you know why? Because it's good. Because it fits the creature. And here's another one. The feast animation on Beelzebufo.
Oh, that's another cool
like,
one.
You just get eaten, dude. You just get eaten.
Like, bro, can we have any of this on any other creature that isn't a Rex? And then on Imperato, that's what pisses me off. The move is literally called Death Roll. I would imagine if you have a move called Death Roll, you would give the crocodile, no matter what crocodile, you would give it the signature kill move that it's always been known for. And it's just a devastating move where it bites onto you and it rolls and rolls and rolls until it rips
it's
you
like
open.
Death rolls are like the thing crocodilians are known for,
And it's such a badass name too. Like, oh, he's doing the death roll. Like, oh my god, bro.
Like, you better watch out. You better watch out. But no, instead I just get like nibbled on.
It's so stupid. I hate it.
Like, especially, there's so many good, like, animations. Like, what's another good one? I quite like the Asdarkid, like, take off and slash. It's a little boring, but like it's a little bland at times, and frankly, it's just like I wish they could do more with it. Like another
dive
one.
bombing.
Yeah, the dive bomb is good. Pterovexis is like dive bomb thing when it's. There's a creature that doesn't get any fucking attention. Poor Vexus.
Yeah, it used to be able to because they, for whatever reason, they got rid of the animation when they redid Pterovexis, but it essentially like swooped up into the air and kind of looped around where it would like dive bomb into you, loop around, dive bomb into you again, and it's so cool. And I hate that it only, I don't even know if Darwin Optress has it anymore, but they need to give that to more Asdarkids.
Yeah, but another one is the Pucandactylus, like, Fearless Flighter, I like that. I like that it fucks you up. It grabs you and throws you to the ground and slashes you like it's like a bird of prey, like, doing it proper, standing on business.
And then the Spinosaurus animations, I don't even get me started on those. There's so many things you could do with the Spino rig animations, it's crazy.
Like, both of them, yeah, you could do so much with them. If you notice, it's mostly the mammals I've noticed have a lot of the really good ones. And that might be part of the reason why I'm biased towards them.
Yeah, because the mammals actually have good animation, but the dinosaurs themselves, the thing this game was made on, doesn't.
Like, I love the rhino, most of the rhino animations. Mainly, I like the charge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they understand it. They understand the assignment, like, at times. Yeah. And there's just some that, like... Or there's just some other, like, little smaller animations. Like, I like the turtle. Like, I like Entellania's dig-in animation. I like the... Like, it actually looks like it's digging in,
Yeah.
I wish its devastation was more than it just screaming, Because I like the headbutt animation. That's so good. That's so good.
That's cute. It's funny.
Like, more of that, please. Or, I don't know, have it come... Like, this thing has a beak. Turtles bite all the time. Why not have it, like, give you a mauling? I don't know.
Literally. Like, where alligator snapping turtles, they will bite into you. And you could literally just have this thing bite the camera and thrash.
But anyway, that's probably, like, we could probably say, like, do a whole, like, animation tier list, like...
Probably could.
On top of the design one and whatnot. Like, there's so much to talk about. But I guess moving on, because frankly, I forgot, what were we talking about before? We got stuck.
I have no idea. We got, like, so lost into the animations and whatnot.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the toys. We were talking about the toys.
Oh yeah, the toys.
Because they're boring. Also, like, the thing with the Cryolophosaurus is like yet another medium-sized theropod rig. It's like, dude, we get
And
it.
you don't even do anything with it either. Like, you don't add any new animations that could make it more endearing.
Whoever made that stomping animation, they are getting their mileage out of that.
Yeah.
It's like, cool, I guess. It's better than just the lunge forward and bite or the scream. But, like, dude, I've been staring at the same rig, like, there are a million different people from one to the other. Like, it's come on.
Yeah.
But like, I think they're boring, like, and, like, they're a little ugly, but, like, that's kind of on purpose. But they're not, like,
kind
that.
Of the point.
But they're not really, like, that intrusive. Like, I don't like that Cryolophosaurus is, like, like, I don't like fighting it, because delayed diminishing advantage is kind of annoying.
It's ridiculous, comboed with lockdown defensive rampage.
Because, like, Aliorasuchus, I think, is perfectly fine in terms of balance.
I think so. I mean, even though it has like 67% daze resistance, it kind of feels balanced enough.
Like, I'm gonna like, conveniently ignore that number and and just look at the rest of the kit. It's like, yeah, that looks fine. Like,
it's all right.
You ever notice that it's so strange that, like, half the uniques they add in recent memory are either, like, meta defining, like, they shake up everything, or they do nothing.
Literally. I think that's something we literally talked about at the start, where they're so inconsistent. They either become the strongest thing in their format, and they become literally the next D-Rex or Monkey on Dactylus, or they're just, ornamental.
Oh god, I hate Monkey on Dactylus.
Don't even get me started on that. I actually hate it more than D-Rex. D-Rex is manageable. Monkey on
D-Rex is manageable. I've managed to take out D-Rex with Nemis, so...
And, like, mind you, it's still going to give you immense help. But Monkey on Dactylus can just do so many things, and it screws you over.
It just cycles through. It's like, if there's one play style, one, like, thing that I hate facing, it's the things that regenerate like frickin' Wolverine,
Yeah, it's literally unkillable if you don't have, like, blight of any form. And even then, it's not even the heal that's doing, the heal is doing half the dirty work, but then you get what it's doing alongside that, and it's like, well, kill me now.
Like, people were annoyed with Testicornibus, and Testicornibus was just the counter power heal, and frankly, it didn't heal that much.
Well, it used to be able to. I think it healed, like, 10, 12% until they nerfed it to 6%?
Yeah, like...
But... oh my god, it has so many healing abilities. But then when you look at Monkey on, it's just, you go for alert, you go for the rending move, you go for the disarming move, you go for resilient rampage, and even side flap at times is just,
it is so easy for that thing to just get into a flow state where it just cycles through all its moves and nothing can touch it.
Yeah, you literally need to have a precise group target all move.
Like, this is why I want, if there was any creature I was gonna rework explicitly to do well against it, it'd be Mammaliania, because I just feel it'd be fitting for some reason. I think, this is probably because Brontolasmus. I think the big rhinos should be good at stomping on the little things.
They should be. Or the elephants.
Yeah. But, moving on, what else has happened in recent, as of late, that we could talk about? Because that's just about everything in recent memory to me.
I feel like we've kind of covered everything. We've covered Aliorasuchus, we've covered, the new balance changes that are set to be coming out, we've covered, the Mattel, the chips, we've kind of covered everything.
Yeah, I think so. But we've still got some time, or at least I think we do, and we're still thankfully recording. This thing hasn't crapped out on me, so that's good.
Yeah.
So, and I know we did this last time, but that recording doesn't exist anymore. So, and I try to ask this for every guest, and that's, could you just give me your top favorite creatures in terms of like design and playstyle, whatnot? Like, what do you like?
So, this is in no particular order, but I guess at number 10, I'm going to be adding Parasithops here because I adore Synapsids, and it has such a clean swap in animation. The growl that it has when it swaps in is amazing. The snap is cool. The way it just kind of comes in, similar to how you described Oremo Canis on Swap In Drop In, is so cool because it adds this level of intensity that you would not normally see, and it's amazing. I love how it kind of fits into what makes both of its parents pretty good, and I guess what used to make them pretty good. I kind of wish it was a little bit more fierce, but I just love the design, and it used to be so good at what it did that I love it. So I guess Parasithops would be on that list. I guess at number 9, ooh, tough one. I want to say Alberto Sevilla, but it's kind of just a more offensive version of that. I do like Thor is pretty cool. I like that it's designed more than its playstyle. Its playstyle is kind of boring.
Yeah, it's just it's the Chomper. It is the quintessential Chomper.
John Chomper, yeah. So in terms of design, I adore Utah Sinoraptor. Utah Sino and Spinonyx are designs that I think will always, no matter what, will always have a place in my heart. One of the best designs in the game. Easy top 10 for me. Both of them just amazing. In terms of apexes, I love Aliorasuchus. I love insects, and Aliorasuchus. Yeah, I love. Was it the Carboniferous period that was the era of the bugs? I think it was the Carboniferous. Yeah. I just wish we got more things in this game. I wish we got
more bugs. I mean, frankly, there was going to be the locusts, but I don't know what happened to them. They just. I guess even Ludia decided that was stupid.
I was not a fan of the locusts at all. I think there are so many cool, much more, better looking bugs than the locust. You've got the scorpions, you've got the giant millipedes, you've got the arthropods. Like, you've got so many cool insects that you can choose from. And I think Aliorasuchus, one of the coolest designs in the game. You have so much potential with it. I mean, God forbid they increase this thing's crit chance. It's going to be, a monster on Decimating Telson. Give it a bit more speed.
I like that it glows in the dark.
That's another cool thing. They actually went the extra mile to give it a glow-in-the-dark animation. So Aliorasuchus is on this list mainly because of its design over its playstyle.
I used to run Cranix for a while, and then it got...
It's not terrible to use. You can use it, but it falls short.
Its playstyle is a little boring now.
Yeah. Gorgotrabax, I will add onto the list just because it looks so badass. I mean, that profile picture alone is just chef's kiss.
I mean, he knows he's tough shit. Like, literally, the air drops in temperature when he enters the room. It's literally in its description.
It's aura, bro. I don't want to keep choosing from apexes, but I love Hydroboa and Referentum as well. Imperado too. Oh my god, there's just so many cool apexes, and then you just kind of look at all the stinkers we've got. I'm like, ew. I like Hydroboa, Mortem Rex, Referentum. I think they all look amazing. I just wish they got buffed. Another one that I can actually choose from in terms of design and play style is Mastodonsaurus. I love it. It's peak design. And I just wish we got that translated onto Stiletto, but alas, we didn't. So I'm hoping that, for whatever reason, I had Prion-Suchus, is that they can do it.
Oh, wait, I just remembered there is something else we could talk about, but I'll let you finish. I just remembered something.
Okay. You want to get on that now, or?
No. I have it in the back of my mind, so I'll let you finish, and then we can. I'll just in the meantime just have that on my on my window here. Just looking at that.
I guess in terms of an epic, I would choose from probably Allosaurus Gen 2. I adore the Battle at Big Rock design from Allo, and I think it's It's translated nicely into this game. I wish that Smilodon as well got a buff. It's one of those things that I feel like could be really, really good, but they just choose not to do it. So that's kind of sad. So I guess if I were to choose a top 10, just in general, this, play style or design. This is no in particular order, but I would do Utah Cyno, Spinonyx, Alacranix, Gorgotrabax, Parasithops. Let's see what else. Just trying to see if I can get it. Smilonemes. I love that thing. I used to be obsessed with using it.
Well, you had the Nemes brain rot, like I still do.
Oh yeah, I've always loved Nemes. Magna Pyratator as well, pretty cool. I cannot choose Dialorachyrus now because it's just instantly going to get associated with what it can do now, so I have to stay away from it.
I mean, you can still like the design.
I don't really like the designs that much. I think it's okay, but I just hate the play style. I wish it was more offensive. But if I had to choose my final four, it'd be Mortem Rex, Gorgotrabax, Referenantum, and then Mastodonsaurus.
Very nice picks. That all makes sense. I'm not going to argue with those because, well, one, why would I argue? I'm asking someone their favorites. I'm not asking for a debate. But the thing I wanted to talk about was there was a bit of a slight data mine update, and I do talk about data mines every now and then.
Oh, okay.
And there are just some new names that popped up. I guess I'll just start with the ones that I can pretty definitively say what they are. So one of them is just called Peloro, or Pelorosu, and to me that immediately screams to me that Peloropleides, or at least like we're getting Peloropleides or something like Peloropleides, because I figure that's like Pelorosu is probably its hybrid. And then we've got Tictano.
Tictano, okay.
Which is likely is Tictanosuchus, which is a interesting pick.
Pretty cool.
And then we got Arizona Top. It's Arsino Top. I figure that's probably the Arsinosaurus hybrid.
Probably. I can't really say much about these just because I already know them. I've seen all of these, so I can't really say much about them, but they're very good picks.
I'm just gonna have to speculate.
Okay.
And then Quetzalf, which I got nothing on that. I know Quetz is in there, but I got nothing else to say about it. Because I can't even imagine what Salve, or Alve, or maybe Alvarasaurus? Maybe, I don't know. But, other than that, I think, that's, the rest in terms of news and whatnot and recent events, and so I guess we can wrap things up here.
I think you'll be pleased with these releases. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to it. But thank you for joining me.
No problem. I had tons of fun doing this.
But so if you, I don't know how much of an audience overlap there is, but I would all highly recommend y'all go check out TigerPlayz. He makes, I would say, probably some of the better Jurassic World Live videos out there, which I know isn't saying much because this is a pretty niche genre of things to make videos about, but but this game's clearly
I just
popular.
wish more people did it. Yeah, I wish more people did it. There's so many people that are now doing the long way instead of just the right way, I feel like. And there's no right way, but there's better ways to go about it.
AI thumbnails are not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Just putting that up front. Just, But yeah, you should check him out at TigerPlayz. Maybe someday y'all might see me on guest star on his if he ever lets me.
It could happen. I'd be down.
But yeah, this has been. And also thank you, the viewer, for listening in. I've been wanting to make more of these videos, and so like I'm always looking for opportunities for guests and whatnot, and just to talk about this game because clearly we're all passionate.
Oh yeah.
But I guess this is, well, I don't got anything else to say, so this is Majunda, yeah, that guy. This is Majunda signing off. I'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
Peace.